Welcome back, sippers, to another episode of Sipping Inspiration. My name is Tay, and I'm here today with, we'll let you know a little later. First, I'd like to start off by telling you about Book Attender, which is who produces the show Sipping Inspiration. We have safety masks for you with the drinking straw. So when you're out at the park and you want to drink and you want to be safe, you can drink and be safe. These masks, we're currently running a deal with a purchase of Book Attender signature cocktails. You get the mask 50% off. Also, we offer beverages ready to sip. So you sip them, we ship them. Check out the menu on the Book Attender's Instagram page for the full list of our signature cocktails. Without further ado, I would like to bring out the guest for the evening, one of the best designers in New York City. Paid very close to detail when he's designing his clothing. He's been in the game for a while. Without further ado, I would like to introduce D'Angelo. Thank you for having us. As you can see, we're in a different location. We're in Edwin or D'Angelo. Which one do you want to go by?
Let's go Edwin.
Let's
go Edwin.
I don't
Easier.
I want to make sure it's right. So we're in Edwin's boutique.
Atelier.
Atelier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where are we located?
We are on 2231 Adam Clayton Power Jr. Boulevard, which is on the corner of 131st Street and Adam.
Right in Harlem. So if you're in Harlem, stop by. He has the door open right during the live taping. If you want to come in and say hi to the sippers,
yes,
we're here for you. So tell us about your signature cocktail.
Well, I absolutely love everything that is minty, fresh, that reminds me of back home, because always it's 90 degrees weather.
Where are you from?
Colombian.
Colombia.
From the southeast, on the Pacific side, it's a seaport called Buenaventura. And one thing that I wanted to do in this, when I was building this atelier, is that back home, because it is so hot and everybody knows everybody, you always have your front door open. And people see your living room and everybody pass by and says hello, wave. So I kind of want to replicate that here.
Okay.
And that's kind of the feeling that you guys are having now, that the doors are open and it's a living room setting.
And I'm sure you feel at home because the weather is like 90 degrees here in
Exactly.
It's hot. But he got the shop really nice and cool, so you'll be comfortable.
You'll be great, yes.
So tell us the name of the cocktail.
Yeah, the name of the cocktail is Mojito, which is a Cuban native. It was invented in Cuba, and it has that fresh, refreshing feel to it. It's sexy, and I think it was 007 that makes it very famous here in America. But it was in the movie that it became a sensation in the United States. But it has been a thing forever all over the world.
Yeah,
particularly the Caribbean, Mexico, that region has always been a thing. And I love the fact that it has my favorite elements. It has mint, it has rum, and it has it has a lime, or some people change it for lemon. It's up to the person's taste. I like it with lemon because that greenery it makes it even sexier.
Yeah, it gives it an extra twist.
Yes.
I told you he paid really close attention to detail. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make a passion fruit mojito right live in front of you.
That.
So we're going to start out.
Maracuya, we call it in Colombia. That's the name of it.
Say that one more time.
Maracuya. That's the name of it.
What he said. I'm not even going to jack it up. What he said. So we're going to take the shaker.
Okay.
And you're going to add some. We washed our hands several times before we started. So you're going to take some mint leaves. You like it minty, so you can take as many as you want.
Okay.
Drop them in there.
I feel like a bartender now.
So that's a good thing. So you're going to take your limes.
Do I squeeze them or I just throw them in?
Squeeze and drop, but we're going to muddle it, so however you want to do it. You don't really have to.
Just squeeze a little bit and drop it.
Yeah, you're going to smash it, so it's going to get the same.
Squeeze it and drop it.
Okay. Now we do the same thing. And then you're going to take your passion fruit. You can add your passion fruit now. As much as you like. Okay.
All right. This is good. I do want to feel the rum.
So, yeah, we're going to just take the muddle and you can muddle it together.
Okay. This is my favorite part.
Okay. I think you beat that lime up pretty good.
I think it's good?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I ain't gonna be as intense as Edwin.
Oh, see, I didn't tell me this. In the pre-production, they didn't tell me I have to look, you know, thinking
No,
smashing.
no, you
Then
were
how
good.
you do mango, like, you know.
So now we're gonna do the rum. So you can add your rum to your liking.
Of course.
You can try it home if you wanna.
Are we sharing this or this over?
Yeah, we're gonna. Oh wow. Yeah, we can share it.
Okay.
I have a little secret that I like to do. I like to add a splash of pineapple juice. I don't know if you want to do that.
Oh, wow, no.
But it gives it a little
Well, I guess because the pineapple has that
citrus.
and it has, at the same time, can give you a little bit of a sour feel
Yeah.
to it.
So I don't know all the technical, but I like it. So we want to go with it. So now we can ice our glasses up.
And I like the glasses too.
You like my
Yeah,
glasses?
I like the glasses.
Attention to detail once again.
Because they're called cognac glasses, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have mojitos. We'll put a little ice in your want me to do that?
On this one?
Yeah, a little ice in there.
Good Lord, my man.
And then you have your top there.
Now this is my favorite part because I see the bartenders doing all this all the time.
Shaking.
I feel like it's so. I like it when they go like a pro and they do all the swinging and throwing, and that's my favorite part. So I'm gonna go. Okay.
So once you're done, we're going to, no, you can just push this
Oh, okay.
a little cap. And it's a strainer in there. So you don't get all the
Oh, got you.
Just pour it right over.
Oh, it's so clean. I like that.
There you go.
Nice.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Sipping inspiration. So now let's get a little inspiration from Edwin. So tell us how long you've been. Yeah, how is
It's
it?
good.
It's good. Well, you made it, so I guess you're really like a bartender now.
I like it. Is it okay once you make the drink? Does it change the temperature or the temperament of the drink? If you once you finish it, you pour a little bit more rum on it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. No, and not that I need it, but it's just,
I might need a little more.
it's just that I always wonder if once they mix it and go through all that process, if you add a little bit more of the alcohol, if it changes.
It's just gonna be sitting on the top, so you probably gotta like just stir the glass
Oh, okay.
around. You can stir with that. You can stir with that if you like.
This is good.
I'm gonna just.
You good?
I'm gonna wing it out.
Okay.
It's like a shot on top of the.
Cheers. To success.
Yes, to success, much success. And you've already started. So how long you been designing?
I started about 20 years ago, and it was right here in Harlem. I started, I opened my first shop on 125th on Broadway.
Okay.
Terrible idea. I just came out of college. I was so anxious to do my thing, and the fashion houses that I applied for a job, I didn't have no experience because the previous experience that I have had were working for law firms.
Okay.
And so I started asking them, submitting my resume, and everybody was offering me entry-level positions. And at that time, I was already making a lot of money working for law firms. So I decided not to go that route and start my own thing, as usual. And for 3 years, I ate crackers and water. And I saved $150,000 and working for 2 law firms, 8 to 4 on one and 5 to 9 on the other one. And I saved the money, and April 1st, 2001, I put my resignation. And I said, oh, I'm done. And they were looking at me like, you were great. so I was 19 years old. And they couldn't believe it that I was actually quitting. And, God be my witness that to this day, I never went back to work for anybody else. I never had the need. Well, probably the need were there, but the will was not. So I managed to survive for the last 20 years working for myself.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. Who inspired you? Like before you even, when you was at that law firm, what did you see that inspired you?
Well, I come from Colombia. It's a place where beauty and being well dressed is glorified, and to the point that beauty pageants are all national sports. So I come with that mindset of beauty, of putting people putting people together, and dressing and that. And when I got here, and also I have come from a family of tailors and seamstresses.
Okay.
I'm fifth generation, and I decided that that's what I wanted to do for a living. It was my parents' idea too, since they're like, we have to do that back home, and nobody has done nothing with it. We're in America, you're gonna be a lawyer, and I was like, okay. And I tried it for a minute, and that's how I ended up working for law firms. And but it wasn't my thing, and I was good at it, by the way. I was excellent at it. At one point, right before I opened my first business, by the time I quit, I was the top paralegal of one of the biggest firms in the city.
Oh wow!
So I knew how to do the thing. I just didn't like it. So that's kind of how I always knew that I was going to end up doing this. I just didn't know what capacity, because my parents were so bombarding me with the whole lawyer thing that I thought at one point, well, I become a lawyer and I will go ahead and work for some sort of fashion firms.
Okay.
And
you want to stay with
I wanted to figure out somehow how to make it work within the fashion thing. And that's how I kept it that way, and until through the process, I was moonlighting. Even though I was working for the law firm, I would be on people's photo shoots. I would be helping whomever needed help in what they were doing creatively. And I started making my own little pieces, like putting things together. And every time I brought it to the photo shoots, my pieces would always get picked to get photographed. But it was when my sister's prom came about that I think I had that epiphany. Because she has seen me always drawing and making nice dresses. She always loved it. She was my first big fan. And she said for me, that's always happening. But she asked me to make her prom dress. And I was so excited to make her prom dress that I made it like 3 months before her prom. And her friends saw the prom dress and whatever, and I ended up making more prom dresses, and that's how I knew I had something, and that's what started the whole motion as a professional, to make it a profession.
And so for your shop, I know you had the shop you saw on 125th
Right.
Broadway. And then you had the one.
Then I went downtown.
And I know you were
Right,
going.
Limelight. I went to. Oh, before I went to Limelight, Before I went downtown, I'm sorry, I went to the Brownstone on Fifth Avenue and 125th Street. Then I went to Park with House of Souls. And between the two, probably a year or two between the two, and then I went downtown, and that's when I started Soho off of 88 Broadway. Then I went to Bleecker between Broadway and Lafayette, and the last one was a Limelight on 20th and 6th Ave.
Yeah. The reason I asked is because you stayed in Harlem, so you like Harlem bound. And I know that you've done a couple of the Harlem Good Fashion shows.
Yes. Well,
when we was able to actually do fashion shows.
Right, and to its credit, my press kit began with Harlem Fashion Week.
Yeah, Harlem Fashion
because it was that I was invited. They came, was Deborah and
Kim.
No, it was Deborah.
Deborah
and Dawson.
Donald
Cradle, right. Donald came to my shop and they liked what I had, and they said we would like to have you to present at General's Grandson.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great. I wasn't crazy about it because they had a gala where they would have 3 top designers to show for the who's who.
Downtown at the.
Well, that one was here at the Schomburg that year.
Okay.
They did at the Schomburg, and that's the one that I wanted to do. But they already had the 3 designers pre-selected. But so life had it that one of the designers bailed out. He couldn't do it. So they were like, oh great, now you can be part of the 3 of the gala design. That's what I always tell people, what is meant for you is meant for you. And that's how it started, because at that particular gala, they have Woman Wears Daily, they have Gail King was there, they had all this press. And not only the day off they have so much press, but they also invited you to go to the studios. I went to ABC, NBC, the Today Show, the Morning Show. That's how I got connected to Univision.
That's how I met you.
Right, that's how we met.
Oh, yeah.
And I have my beautiful niece, that's how I met my views back then.
It's a live show.
And
so
so
we have people here.
the whole idea started there, and with that press kit that I built from there, that's how my career really took off.
Wow.
So I have a lot to be thankful for.
So props out to Harlem Fashion Week, definitely.
No shade. Like,
Donald
really props.
Cradle, Kim Dowdy,
Yes.
Christina.
And all the beautiful models, Nisi, which are still friends
Yes,
today.
Nisi. And they gotta see Nisi.
Yeah, well, she's coming.
Still looks the same. You'll get to see it. We have a live audience here, and they're gonna enjoy some of Edwin's signature cocktail, the passion fruit mojito. So, what would you tell a designer that's coming out or coming up today?
You know, and it's funny because part of the process of what we're doing here today, and as I'm doing in this beautiful space I got granted,
This is definitely a beautiful space.
I want to share with others.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make an announcement here for the first time that we are doing a residency for up-and-coming designers.
Oh, wow.
They will have a rack for 2-month rotation, and this designer will be able to showcase their garments, sell their garments here for 2 months. They don't have to pay me any commissions or any fee. It's free. And the only thing that you have to put time to sell your garments. That's the only thing. And maybe put some events together.
And that should be easy.
Right. That should be easy. But one thing that I always tell them is to get prepared beyond being creative. To arm themselves with business skills, financial skills, marketing skills, PR skills, people skills. Because the job these days is probably the creative part is very small compared to everything else that you have to run the business.
Yeah.
And I feel that sometimes the creative schools don't dedicate enough time to train us to have viable and sustainable careers. Even if you're working for someone else, you still need that because you still need to interpret numbers, surveys, you still need to interpret the bottom line, you still need to interpret finance in order to be successful as a head or as a creative or in a bigger corporation. So that would be probably my biggest advice, is to not only focus on being an amazing creative, but also being an amazing business And this is the soundtrack of Harlem.
Yeah. Luckily, it was only about 3 or 4 though, but it's usually hundreds of them riding up and down the street. So I do have something that I normally do here on the show. It's
this is really good, by the way.
Yeah. You made it. Cheers to you. So, how do the designers actually put in to be that selected person to be here for 2 months?
So,
a residency.
Right, and I'm glad that you asked me that question.
Right.
So, people need to follow my Instagram at Edwing D'Angelo, because that's where we're going to make the announcements, and that's where we're going to give the criteria of what is required. It's a few things that need, because I mean it's only 2,000 square feet, so we cannot only have one. I still need to pay the bill. So, we are going to announce it on our social media platform, particularly Instagram. And there we will announce what are the criterias and how to submit your lookbook and how to submit your. I guess we're going to ask some kind of essay of, not to why you deserve to be here, but what is your point of view? Where you see yourself in 5 years?
What makes
you stand out? Why should you be the first one to do it? And so, if you guys would listen to this, maybe start working on it. But I think within the next 15 to 20 days, we should be posting the unveiling actually the project.
Okay, and also he's tagged. Edwin is tagged. The Instagram page is tagged under me, under the flyers.
Oh, okay.
The posters, advertisement for this show. So if you need to find Edwin on Instagram, you can go through my page, and also I will re-tag him so you can find him easily. And once I see the criteria, I'll repost it too, just in case, you know, you still haven't found Edwin. I don't know why you wouldn't. By then, you should already be following him. But if not, I will repost it. That way you will know if you fit into that. Because that's definitely a
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity because I wish when I was coming out in the business that someone would have given me that opportunity.
Yeah, that's
and I feel that as being part of this community, it is our duty to give each other a hand.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And the next generation definitely needs that.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. So what I was going to say before I went back to the criteria, because sometime I have brain farts. This is live. I'm sorry. I have a tradition that I do here on the show, and it's my favorite hat. So with this hat, I have No, Nisi, I didn't know Nisi then, but Image is a modeling company I started back in Chicago, and I moved to New York. So now it's just a hat, but it still lives on. So what's in this hat is like questions, random questions that pertains to nothing. And so you pull a question and you answer. Okay. But once you pull the question and you answer, you get to put that question in the hat. So potentially the next guest will get your question.
Oh, okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Okay. It's nothing sexual, is it?
One of the guests was kind of raunchy, and I had to fix up his question, but everything else is pretty.
Oh, okay,
good.
cool.
And if it is, just let me see it. Back.
Okay.
Oh, this one we did that one last. Okay, go ahead. You can do it.
Well, no, if you did it, then let's try something else. I want to be original. You know. All right, let's try it this way.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, so it is sexual.
No, it's not. It's not. It's actually funny.
I knew it.
But you can do another one.
No, I can do this one. I absolutely can do
Okay.
this.
But can I explain it before you? I mean, you can read it.
No, which celeb or which celebrity you can't imagine being sexual with?
So, no, not with. It's like a celebrity that you just can't imagine doing anything sexual, period. Like my person would be Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Like that's just somebody you see, but you could never imagine him being with anybody, like intimately. So it's not really like a sexual question.
You know, she's not really a celebrity. But I just cannot see Michelle Obama having sex with Barack. And for me, she's like above all that.
But
they got 2 kids, but I just cannot see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. That wasn't a bad question. So, what question would you put in that? I mean, so your
for anybody.
Yeah, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be that.
How you want to be remembered
That's a good question.
when you're gone?
That's definitely a good question. And I'm going to have to remember it so I can write it down there and put it in there. But it will be there. I think I want to ask you something. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Since that's one of the questions for the criteria.
See, I shoot myself in the foot.
He wants you all the answers, so we want to hear his.
You know, I'm in this new space where I want to see growth.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years, I need to see myself with a spot in Atlanta and Houston.
Okay.
At least.
One more question. When you finish up.
No, I'm done.
Is one of the like top celebrities that you dress?
Well, I don't want to make nobody to get upset. So I'm gonna say 2.
Okay.
A legend with Patti LaBelle.
Oh wow.
And a current legend. Not a current. I shouldn't say use that word. Somebody who's in the limelight right now. Tyra Banks.
Oh wow. Wow.
That's,
Tyra, I would love to meet her. For some reason,
I mean, and I have had the best experience. She's a sweetheart.
Okay.
She was a sweetheart to me. I mean,
So tell us how we could contact you.
Well, you already know I'm on the corner 131st, 7th Avenue, Adam. And you also can reach me through Instagram at Edwing D'Angelo.
And how can they see your beautiful pieces outside of, if they're outside of New York?
Instagram is right now our most active platform, so I would suggest you go there.
All right. So we're going to, like we were saying, like I said earlier, we have a live audience today, and we're going to invite them out for a couple.
Guys, these drinks are good, so you want to come get yours.
Come on out.
It's still good.
Oh, you got it.
My ladies, my beautiful Maria, here she is.
Thank you.
You all want to come around this way so we can
Darling.
come right here,
Right here.
in between the cheers.
See, Lisa looks the same as when I use the
Same.
bottle.
She haven't changed. I got to stand forward so you don't see how round I got.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, this is delicious.
Is it delicious? I told
Even
you.
if it's not, they've been practicing to say it for years.
It is good. All right.
Thank you all.
Thank you for having me. I
Thank
appreciate
you. I
you.
appreciate you. And good seeing you all.
Likewise.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Terrence.
That's an
And thanks for the
inspiration.
clothes.
Oh yeah, let's get welcome back to a little more sip and inspiration. We don't have any cocktails, but we want to keep the party going. So let's start off. Evan want to give us a little tour of the showroom.
The first thing that thank you for coming back. Let's check my new bags, my new shopping bags right here. That's my new pride.
Very detailed.
Very detailed.
Very detailed. I love the polka dot tissue paper.
That's the signature. That's the signature. So I want to show guys. I feel like guys don't get much love when it comes
I
to
agree with you.
high-end stuff, couture stuff. So I want to give him a little bit more love. Like right there, I'm trying to bring kilts.
Oh,
So many guys in
wow.
Harlem have beautiful legs. They should be wearing some kilts. And kilts can be done in a way that it doesn't have to be aggressive. It doesn't have to be feminine. You can rock it and really make it work. Funny enough, when I first put it up, everybody was like, "Oh, nobody's gonna like that." I brought 4 of those, and I'm sold out.
Wow.
The
I like that.
last one of the mannequin is the one left. So I'm bringing them back now for the summer in white.
Okay.
In case you want one, I'm sold out. But this is my new love, the Rapture, and it's simple. And I'm going to make it in short sleeve as well for the summer. And it's just that. Grab that over there. And then you have the button. And you unbutton it right here. Voila.
Wow.
So it's in 3 steps. You button it right here. Right here. Oh, yeah, let's hold it. So you just wrap yourself right here and you dress. Like you can put a pair of jeans, a pair of slacks, and you're ready to do pretty much whatever. I'm making them in white as well.
Something you can wear to the office.
But you know what? There's that guy out there that will wear this to the office.
And then wear it out
And
after.
wear it out after.
Yeah.
I think that we as guys, we need that versatility that women has.
Yeah.
She has a wrap dress, the same dress she put a jacket on, and she wears to the office. She takes the jacket off, and she can go for a happy hour.
Yep.
So guys, we should do the same thing. This jacket, you put a jacket on, you can go to the office. You take the jacket off, and you can go hang out. So why not?
That's nice.
The wrap shirt. All right, so, turn it. So this is the back. The back is very basic, very simple. But the beauty of this is the collar that is halfway colored with the lapel. No lapel on the other side to come down on an asymmetric. You got your bowl. You can pick it up the way you want it. There's also this amazing linen shirt. But here I'm playing with symmetry of sizes and the same pocket, but not necessarily on the same level. But on level, but it still works. You still look great. This is a shirt that you can pretty much wear for here to eternity.
And this material.
This is linen, and people think linen wrinkles and all that, but look, I just did that and nothing happens to it. So you just wear it. And then now we can jump to a little bit more
Color.
color. Yeah, you can have
Sequin pants.
for bands.
Yeah.
My man, I always try to make him a little bit more daring. We don't have to always have. I know a lot of guys that will wear these bands.
I do too. I know.
So this is an opportunity here in Harlem. You don't have to go to Soho. you can go to Harlem and find that unique piece that you would stand out.
And everybody need a conversation piece.
Thank you.
And this is definitely.
I love them, my peacocks.
I love that.
This is amazing. So let's jump into the jumpsuits. This is my signature. Everybody knows me for doing jumpsuits. This is for pre-fall. This is an amazing piece. The glass is just unbelievable. We have this also on brown. Wow. It is an amazing piece as well.
And it's easy. You don't have to think about
Yeah.
what type of pants I'm gonna wear to the
Yeah, it's just one piece, and you're ready to
put it
go.
on. Yeah, I'm loving the material.
The materials and they're very masculine. Now for the guy who's more out there, we have this piece. It's a Takeshi influence shirt, but it's beautiful.
Yes.
This is an amazing piece to go. A rapper can wear it. If your rapper can wear it, you can wear it. And you put a cool jeans with a nice high tops with this, and you're ready to go. I think that's. Oh, and of course I have this. This is a little bit more daring because of the color, but you know, guys. I feel like guys these days have been a lot more open as to what is the limits. Everybody wants to push the limits. Here it is.
And a lot of them like, how can you say it politically correct? The street guys,
Yeah.
they're dressing like something that you wouldn't typically see
Right.
them in.
This because fashion is finally reaching. To me, fashion is really reaching the end consumer in a way that is more palatable.
Okay.
You can see. For instance, there's a guy that came the other day, and he saw this
That's
pants.
odd. I didn't even see that.
And at first glance, he was like, "Oh, I will never wear this." But his girlfriend convinced him to get it in a different color, and now they're making it in a navy blue with a more with silver for a part that they're going through the receipt. So when he first thought that he would never wear, and the funny thing is that this pants fit him perfectly, as if I was fitting a model for fashion week. So guys, I think if they get that encouragement, they will go to the extra mile. They just need that moment where they can be transferable.
Another question for you. So, do you actually make your piece? I know, but I'm asking for you all, for you siblings. Do you actually make your own pieces?
I only wear myself.
No, I mean, you stitch and sew and everything.
Well, I know how to do it. I don't do it anymore because I have a business now.
But you used
But I used to back in the days. I used to do my own corsets. I have always, I always been in the school of thought that you should stick to what you're best at. You know what I mean? Sewing has never been my strength. While I know how to do it, it has never been my strength. So from day one, I made a decision that I was going to be like an architect. An architect that he designs the building, but he doesn't put the bricks together. A doctor see the patient, but he doesn't necessarily administer the shop. And designers, we are design the dress, but we don't necessarily have to make it because we are designers.
Excellently.
And that's the description in our job description. If you look it up or Google it, you'll see that we're not supposed to be sitting there and making the garment. I feel that spending 3 to 6 hours making a garment when I can be more effective designing, conceptualizing, making the mood board for the collection, meeting the clients, creating the pieces in terms of the larger, amplifying the story is more important to me than spending 6 hours sitting on the machine and then when I come outside there's no business to run.
Yeah,
So that is, and I think going back to what I said earlier about designers learning how to run their business, you got to think yourself it from that perspective as a professional. Yes, it's great that you know how to make it if you have to, but that's not your job. Your job is to conceptualize the collection, to conceptualize the piece, find the beautiful garments that will work, get the concept that everybody in your team can work with you and make it come to life.
Okay.
That's what the job of you're the leader of the group. You don't necessarily have to sit and do everything.
But at the
That's
beginning,
not-
before you get your group, you could.
But even in that case, begin your career with that mindset. Because I know a lot of designers these days that they think that they still have to sit in a machine after 15 years of doing this and do it themselves.
Okay.
That's not because then you're becoming a seamstress or a tailor. That's not your job. Your job is to conceptualize the idea, to amplify the concept, to make it come alive. That's really the job of the designer.
That's good information
Yes.
right there. So did you have one more signature piece that you would like to show us? Because it's one that I want to see.
Let's jump to women because I already know which
Let's
one
go.
you want.
Let's go.
This is petticoat. It's amazing. Petticoat is Lizzie would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't worked on this. So this is a piece that it's basically a showstopper.
Yep.
A girl should have one. Every girl should have one of this in their closet, just for that rainy day.
Not so rainy. I want to get it wet.
When everything fails, put your basic piece on and then throw this on, and you will kill it anyway.
Yeah.
So this, and we have it. We can make it in any color that you want. Now this is how you put it. It's just a basic coat, but it's that coat.
And this
And that's why
line.
it's called a petticoat. And it's well lined.
Yes.
And it's just fabulous.
Yeah.
It's nothing else to say about it.
It
It's
is.
just fabulous.
So this is definitely a showstopper.
Yes.
But I want to thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you for having you as well. Thank you all for having us into your beautiful salon.
Thank you.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna hold you up because he's open and he's got business rolling in right here in Harlem. See you all next time. Peace out.